Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore and our Human Paladin. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we're picking up right where we left off, just outside the Tower of Althalax. I've got some parchment to acquire from the nearby warlocks, so let's get started. Hopefully we won't have too much competition today. So far it doesn't look like we do. But let's just make sure that we're careful, even outside of the tower. I feel like there's a decent amount that could go wrong here. Especially with this nasty 3-minute curse we just got hit with, the Curse of Mending. 20% chance to heal enemy target on hit. That certainly does not make our faster weapon speed from our new weapon any better, that's for sure. And hopefully these are the right enemies as well. I know it said warlocks in the quest description. I don't know if they're actually called warlocks or not. We're going to have to probably fight our way at least up to the tower. Now, okay, it looks like we can collect the Worn Parchment from these fanatics. I guess they're all considered warlocks in one way or another. So that is good. I guess I should have expected the drop rate to be a little bit lower, since we only need to collect 4 of them, I believe. And then we'll see what the follow-up is. Hopefully it sends us back to Aberdeen or something, and we don't have to actually go inside the tower itself. I feel like that's going to be pretty tough. It does look like there's an animation when we do trigger that heal, and it doesn't really seem to heal them for all that much. In fact, I really don't even notice a difference at all, if I'm being honest. So I guess that is good. We've already picked up 2 of the parchment we need. We just need 2 more. Looks like we're about to run out of wool bandages, so we're going to have to put our heavy linen bandages back on the bars for now. Not sure when we're going to be able to consistently pick up wool cloth again. Probably not until we head into Duskwood or the wetlands. Or Ashenvale, I suppose. Might also have some enemies that drop wool. And there we go, that should be all the Worn Parchment that we need. We picked up some blacksmithing plans, which we'll definitely be selling away. let's get this turned in and see what the follow-up has for us.
Can I assist you, dear Nadris?
Many thanks, Sedelian. This should shed some light on this warlock's gathering. The Cult of the Dark Strand. I've never heard of this group before. Having no knowledge of their history, it is all but impossible to say what their plans must be. There is no more time to delay. Warning must be delivered to Delgrin immediately.
Asha Fela.
Okay, so let's see what we got next. My master, Delgrin the Purifier, is a paladin who has graciously offered his assistance in defending our forests from the forces of demons and undead. He has taught me much about the holy light and the art of battle. Delgrin must know of the cult's operations immediately. You will find him far south of here, at Maestra's post in Ashenvale Forest. Be swift. I fear the Darkstrand's threat grows with each passing hour. Alright, so not Aberdeen, but and we got a letter here as well that we can read. We're being sent to Maestra's post. Yeah, Delgrin, I do remember this portion a lot. Delgrin is actually a big part of the quest in Season of Discovery to pick up the Divine Storm rune, which I'm very familiar with on the as far as the Paladin side goes for that. So I'm interested to see where this goes here, just in vanilla, because I don't typically see this quest through all the way through. We've got the letter to Delgrin here. Master Delgrin, it is as you feared. Your theory about the Tower of Althalax has proven true. A cult has gathered at the tower with many warlocks amongst their number, including even a foul satyr. They call themselves the Cult of the Dark Strand. I cannot imagine what vile purpose brings them together, but it worries me. Please forgive the terseness in which I have composed this missive, but danger lurks in the forest around me, and I can spare few words to describe the situation. I would deliver this message to you myself, but I fear to leave, lest I missed some event of great import. Should you wish to know more of my observations on the Tower of Althalax, the bearer of this message has provided no small amount of assistance to me, and I believe he can be trusted. In haste, Balthul Shadowstrike. Very cool. So we'll have to remember that is in our quest log as well. I think we should be able to remember that though. We've got quite a few breadcrumbs for Ashenvale now, so it very well may be the first level 20 to 30 zone that we truly interact with. For now, let's wrap up the cleansing of the infected. We've got a few more bears to kill, and something I would like to do is take care of a little bit more exploring today. More specifically, just simply the northern part of this zone. You know, this little area up here to the north that is currently grayed out on the map. I've never been up here, I don't think. There may not be anything up here at all. It may not be as exciting as maybe I'm hoping for, but I feel like there aren't any quests that send the player up in this direction. You know, I'm sure we're going to be coming back here to the Tower of Althalax at some point, but I just don't know what's up here, so I'm interested to just quickly check it out. It shouldn't take too long. And with that, we have completed the cleansing of the infected as well. So we've got a lot of turn-ins in Aberdeen currently. Ruins of Methistra. Definitely Naga infested. Okay. These Naga are a bit closer to our level. They're barely green to us, so let's proceed with caution here. I'm glad that we've got this part of the map discovered at least. Well, let's just take a quick peek up the road here and see if we can find anything interesting. I mean, it's a pretty extensive set of ruins here. Oh, wow. Yeah, that Myrmidon hit us really hard. Yeah, so I'm not going to spend too much time here, but let's see if we can poke our head over in the middle here and just see what it's about. I mean, just from this angle, it looks like this building here could potentially go down into like some sort of like crypt-like area. On the mini-map here, it looks more like a circle. But it's kind of hard to tell. Let's wait to engage the next enemy until we can bandage up again. That sorceress is definitely going to pull something else. Yeah, they do run. They are runners, so that's not great. Let's get our other bandages on the bar before we forget. I guess this would be a spot where you could grind out some wool cloth. I would assume that at this level that they would drop something. And yeah, we've got some sort of... I mean, this looks just like Black Fathom Deeps. I really, really want to know what's down here. I don't think it's going to be a good idea to go down here. I don't know what the hell is waiting for us underneath that, but just knowing that this is here is cool enough, and maybe at a higher level we can come back if we can remember. Yeah, because this is pretty extensive, and it kind of, you know, it goes a bit further than this too. Like, there's still plenty of green space up here to the north. I'm just really scared to push any further than what we already have. The coolest things you can find in Classic are usually up on ridges like these in the back. This kind of reminds me of like a Stone Cairn Lake situation back in Elwyn, where, you know, there's so much space behind the lake, and, you know, once we went back there to explore, we discovered that there's actually like a ton of stuff back there. And I wonder if it's going to be the same thing here in Darkshore, but it's so far, and I feel like we're just so vulnerable right now at this level. Let's head back before we get respawns, and I think we'll move on from here. Ruins of Mephistra. It's a cool name, too. Alright, with that being said, I think our next thing here is going to be to take on Deep Ocean Vast Sea, which is going to be investigating some sort of shipwreckage off the coast, and it is going to be more north of Aberdeen. I don't think it's going to be as far north as we are now, but we'll head over to the beach anyway and take a look. And let's go ahead and read the quest text again, just to make sure we know exactly what we're doing here. Recover the Silver Dawning's lockbox and the Mist Veil's lockbox. Both items should be found aboard the wreckage of the ships to the north of the village. Alright, so we are going to be looking for wreckage. Now, whether that is going to be above the water or below is another question. For anybody still working on those fine crab chunks, you can find reef crawlers and encrusted tide crawlers up north as well, near the Cliff Spring River and whatnot. Yeah, I feel like we're too far north. I feel like it's going to be probably more down this way if I had to guess. So we'll just keep walking down the coast, I think. The beach is, for the most part, a pretty safe place. There are, these beached sea creatures here. Oh, and it actually looks like this one is interactable. And we have a night elf here that could help us as well. They're probably looking to get the same thing. Let's help them out. We'll clear out some of these murlocs. And yeah, this is one of the beached sea creatures that I remember, having an extra quest that we can just pick up. Let's see if it says anything for us. Yep. More sea turtle remains lie beached along the coastline. This particular set has an abandoned carriage attached to the turtle's shell. Perhaps this creature was driven to the shoreline by unknown beings rather than beaching itself, as some of the other remains suggested. Grey mist murlocs now make the remains of this creature their home, feasting off the carrion. In the carriage you find a box with a strange marking on it. Perhaps Gwyneth Blylagonde in Aberdeen can make sense of it. Strangely marked box. Alright, we'll take that to Gwyneth. And we're about to make a turn down the coastline. I see some wreckage in the distance. That might be what we're looking for. Let's get into the water so we can stop listening to how loud those waves are. Alright, so we got 2 wrecked ships here. We're going to have to deal with the threshers. It looks like some murlocs as well. So far, they both appear to be gray to us, which is great. Let's hope that continues, because if they are on the ships, that's going to make things very difficult. And very sketchy. Let's enter this first ship here. I can see some seers. Don't worry, I have learned my lesson from the druid. But luckily in this case I think we're going to be okay, because these enemies are so much so much weaker than us. Let's go up for air first. We're looking for 2 lock boxes. There's 2 ships here, so I feel like I have no reason to believe that they wouldn't be one on each one. Trick is finding where it would be located. Yep, there's one. We got the Mist Veil's lockbox under this ship. Let's grab it quickly so we can get back to the surface. Hopefully there's no quest text to read here. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, we're getting attacked by something. We just have to run, actually. Oh my goodness, I did not think about this. Come on. Ooh, okay. Ooh. A little bit of drowning, it's okay. My heart rate is fine. Let's get over to the other ship and take it a little bit slower this time. It looks like there's much easier access to the bottom level than there was in this ship over here. Well, I suppose I could have just went to the other side and would have seen the same thing. So that is my bad. But let's get in here. Let's take out this seer. We've got a weapon crate in here. That is something I've never seen before. A weapon crate. What would be in here? Dirty blunderbuss. Okay, I mean it's a gray weapon, but that is very cool. Yeah, I've never seen one of those before. Let's get back to the surface again. And just like the other lockbox, it's on the other side of the boat. Oh, and there is a corpse down here. This poor gnome. Right in front of the lockbox, too. Alright, we've got what we need. I think that's it for the quest log. I think now the only thing we have left to do is get back to Aberdeen and turn all of this stuff in. So let's do it. We've got a pink and green moon today. That is really cool. And we've got the sun. That is... oh wow. That is very interesting. How often do you see the moon and the sun in the sky at the same time? Like at this height? Does it just depend on where you are in Azeroth, maybe? I mean, we are in like the, I don't know, I guess the top left, the northwesternmost portion of the whole world. It'd be crazy if that had some sort of effect on the placement of the sun and the moon, but that's pretty cool. And we should be arriving back in Aberdeen shortly.
finest wares in the land.
We'll start by vendoring some stuff.
What can I do for you?
Just picked up another pearl, which is nice. And we're back over a gold now, which is cool.
See you soon. How
Let's
are
make
you?
sure we repair
Keep
this
your feet on
pearl.
the ground.
Alright, we'll turn in our first quest here with Gorbald Steelhand.
How are you?
And this is for Deep Ocean Vast Sea, the one we just did.
Safe travels.
The captains of those ships were good night elves, and they deserve a better fate than what they were given. Perhaps tending to their personal effects will be the best way to put their spirits to rest.
Be good.
You've done us here in Aberdeen a great service, lad. We'll make sure that their effects are properly taken care of. As for you, please have this. It is the least I can do for someone with the bravery to set things right. New script gauntlets. Yeah, those are definitely worse than what we have now, but
Keep your feet on the ground.
it's another white item. I don't think there's anything to turn inside there, so let's head across the bridge here.
What brings you here?
Sentinel Glinda for the fragments within. Well, it would seem that even though we know more about this crystal, it would seem that even though we know more about this crystal, more unanswered questions are the result. I'll take the information you've uncovered to the council here in Aberdeen. Perhaps they'll know a course of action to follow on this crystal. Well, that is if there is one to be taken. For now, the threat remains far enough to our east to be put out of harm's way. As for you, please have this. Consider it a reward or a job well done, Sedelian. We'll take the staff.
Be careful.
We've got Barathras Moonshade
I am listening.
for cave mushrooms.
Go in peace.
Many thanks, Sedelian. These mushrooms are fine specimens. And when you were at Cliff Spring Falls, did you find anything to confirm the warnings of the ancients? The ancients are wise, but I had hoped that this time they were wrong.
May the stars guide you.
Onu, an ancient of lore at the Grove of the Ancients, knows of your journey to the Cliffwater Falls and wishes to speak with you. The grove lies to the south, nestled near the mountains. The ancients are patient and wise, Sedelian. But if Onu seeks your counsel concerning what you saw in the falls, then I fear it is urgent.
Good luck, friend.
Okay, never done that quest before either, so we're gonna have to find that place. He said to the south in the mountains.
What brings you here?
That can mean a couple different places, I feel like, but we're gonna have to figure it out. And we're gonna be turning in that the new beached sea turtle remains that we found with Gwyneth here.
Greetings. Go in peace.
It is a pleasure to see you again, Sedelian. We are making great strides in uncovering the mystery of why majestic sea creatures beach themselves on the Darkshore coastline. But with every question answered, 2 more are raised, it seems. If you're here to offer us more aid in our research,
Asha Felal.
I have heard of all kinds of carriages found on the backs of turtles you found. Those I do believe are Naga carriages, used both in battle and in transportation of their supplies on the land. The markings on the box you found are of the Naga. This would explain their invasive presence in the far northern Darkshore. I will send this box to Darnassus, along with the rest of your discoveries. This is for you. Thank you again for your assistance.
Elune light your path.
Yep, and we ran into those Naga. Hopefully there is a quest to deal with them. I would like to explore that area more. I believe one more quest to turn in, and that was going to be Cleansing of the Infected. Right across this bridge here. Then we're going to have to figure out where to go next. I guess it's going to be south, most likely.
What brings you here? May the stars guide you.
You have done Aberdeen a great service, Sedalian, but your task is not yet complete. Return to me once you have rested, and, Sedalian, prepare your mind and soul for more bloodshed.
Be careful. Elune light your path.
Survival of our people and lands come at unfortunate costs, Sedalian. You have spilled the blood of nature's servants. Many sick animals you have felled. The people of Aberdeen are indebted to you, for the forest's pain is erased, even if only for a moment. Eased, should say. I have one final task for you, but be warned, you will have to kill again. It is my hope that this will be the last time I call upon you, Sedalian. In a cave to the northeast, near Balsharan, resides the den of Mother. Slay her.
Till next week.
Yeah, this one I do know about. I know very, very well. It is a green quest, so I think we're gonna do it. But this one is, I believe the bear in question summons like a bunch of babies to help her. I think it's like 3 or 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Oh man, I really want to get this one done though. We're gonna give it a shot. I mean, you guys, for anyone who has seen previous playthroughs, especially, the more advanced hardcore playthroughs like the Naked Hunter, even the Arcane Mage, which didn't last very long. You guys will know that I love taking risks, because I do not mind losing characters too much. I've been loving this character so far. There's lots of stuff to explore, but all of that stuff can be explored on other characters as well. And I think, while I don't think this is going to be as challenging as when I attempted to take on some other rather, very difficult elites like Besseleth and others. This one's going to be tough, but I feel confident as a paladin with all of the cooldowns that we have and whatnot that we can get this done. We just passed by Bashal Aran. I can see some healthy thistle bears here. I think this path in front of us is going to take us to where we need to go. Maybe not. I do always remember this being fairly well hidden. Ah, you know what? We can see it on the map here. The cave to the north of the Cliff Spring River is where we collected the mushrooms and took on the Naga. I'm assuming the cave just to the south is probably going to be where Mother resides. We didn't get too much of a reason for why we're taking out Mother. Because I don't think she's infected, if I'm not mistaken. And we haven't been killing simply just for the hunt. Like, there was a purpose for clearing out the infected. I can see the cave ahead of us. Let's go ahead and try to clear out some of this area just in case we have to run. If we do decide to run, we're going to have to make that decision very early, I think, because I don't know what the leash range is going to be. Might be running for quite some time, and Fine Protection and Blessing of Protection don't last super long. I think that should be fine. Alright, let's head up the hill. If you guys are looking at the length of this video, if there's only 5 minutes left, then you know what's going to happen. If not, then I'm probably still alive. Okay, yeah, so we've got 4 cubs here, but they're all like level 9 and 10, and the den mother herself is 18. Okay. Let's try to blast this cub. Oh, okay, this is really good. So we actually we pulled 2 cubs and that's it. Not even the den mother, so that's great. Okay, I feel a lot better about this now. Let's get a quick drink in, and let's charge in, take out the other 2 cubs. She does look a little gray, so maybe she is infected. I'm gonna backpedal out of the cave. Just in case like she hyper spawns, because she is a pretty common like enemy for Alliance players to take on. I'm gonna pop Divine Protection here. We'll get a couple of Holy Lights out, maybe an extra flash of light just for good measure. And we just have to deal with a level 18, so not too bad. How mean would it be if I ended the episode like right now? Like just a huge I don't even know what to call it. Just end the episode right here. Get everybody all worried and worked up. No, I won't do that to you guys. Alright, so the den mother has been taken care of. So we're heading back to Aberdeen then. And we'll turn that one in. That should be the last one of that quest chain. And then we're going to head south and look for this Onu guy. At a place called the Grove of the Ancients, I guess. Grove of the Ancients lies south, nestled near the mountains. So we're definitely going to be hugging the mountains, I guess, as we head south. Master's Glaive is down there, so I'm assuming the grove is maybe around this this water here, either that or like just to the south of Ametharon. So we'll probably take a nice stroll along the main road until we get close to Ametharon, and then we'll head back into the wilderness. Alright, we're back on the main road, just outside of town. Let's get this turned in.
Elune be with you.
You have fought for Aberdeen with bravery and honor, Sedelian. In our war-torn lands, death and despair are common. Many will not rise to meet the challenge of life in our new home, choosing instead to hide in their homes or escape to the more fortified lands of the Alliance. Thank you, Sedelian. Perhaps someday soon we shall fight alongside as comrades versus another foe. Alright, we'll take the cloak.
Good luck, friend.
It's worth a little bit more. And I guess we can empty our inventory since we're here. Let's check with the Gershala Night Whisper again. Let's see if he has anything else besides that one quest. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, just the corrupted brain stems from Black Fathom Deeps. So we're going to leave that alone.
What can I get for you today?
Alright, we are heading south and we are going to be looking for Onu. And that's pretty much going to be it. We have the absent-minded prospector as well. But I don't know if I want to take that on just yet. I feel like we're not at a sufficient enough level to take on the golems of that excavation site safely. So we might do something else. We might turn in... Would be a good idea to turn in the breadcrumbs for Astronar. Especially considering one of them is taking up a slot in our inventory. But otherwise, we need to get back to Westfall and Redridge, which should feel pretty good. It depends on what comes out of this quest from Onu here, because I don't know how much more Darkshore we're going to have. I think hopefully in the next episode we can wrap up the zone. As much of it as we can, at least. And, you know, maybe we can spend the time to travel back through Ashenvale, turn in our quest with Delgrin at Maestra's Post, and, you know, maybe explore Astronar a little bit more. But we'll see where all this takes us. I've been enjoying this so far. The only quests that we didn't really take care of are the buzz boxes, and because I totally forgot how they started, and you know, any other quest that might be picked up somewhere else in the zone other than, you know, like outside of Aberdeen or something. But it's been cool so far. Right, I believe the ruins of Ametheron should be on our left here. So once we get past it, we'll find a spot to head back into the woods. Let's start looking for that Grove of the Ancients. I think right here should be a good spot to head off. I just have a feeling it's around this source of water here, coming in from Felwood. So far I don't see anything on the northern side of this body of water. Let's go take a look at the body of water itself. Looks like on the other side I can see some like ruins of some kind. Yeah, what is this place? Wild Bend River. Okay. We got something magical going on here. We've got a bridge. This must be it, right? Yep. There's Onu. Grove of the Ancients. This sounds like a very important place. There's a trade supplier here. Interesting. Remember how in a couple episodes ago I talked about how Alliance, it would be nice if the Alliance had a flight path in southern Darkshore? Well, this is probably where it would be, if there was one.
Peace be
Let's
with
take a look at the vendors. Let's see if they have anything interesting.
I am listening.
It doesn't look like it, though. Nothing useful for future characters either, it would seem. Let's talk with Onu. Sidelian, you are here. Good. We have matters to discuss, you and I. It is strange that the Naga are here in Darkshore, but stranger still are the Twilight's Hammer. That cult worships the old lords of the earth, lords defeated long ago. The Master's Glaive to the south is a place where such an old lord fell. Go there and look for more Twilight's Hammer cultists. Take this file of scrying. Use it to create a scrying bowl after searching the Master's Glaive. Then speak to me through the bowl. Use it to create a scrying bowl. Gather information, then use the file of scrying. Okay. Interesting. Creates a bowl of scrying. Alright, I guess we're just going to have to go there and figure out what we're going to do with that. Ooh, we have an additional quest here to pick up in the Grove as well. Kerlonian Evershade. Looks like he's in rough shape. The sleeper has awakened. I was on my way to Maestra's post to meet Liladris Moonriver, but I decided to stop here and take a short nap. Ever since I awoke from the Emerald Dream, I have been so sleepy. Would you mind showing me the way? I understand that Maestra's post is south of here, along the road in Ashenvale. It can be dangerous, so I hope you have some friends that will join us. Lastly, I may fall asleep, so if you ever need to wake me, please use my horn. You'll find it in the chest here. This seems really cool, but I don't like the fact that it recommends that you should have friends. So, and Maestra's post is far from here. Like, I mean, I guess it's not like the furthest. It's pretty far though. I'm gonna leave this quest right here. As much as I would love to do it, I think I'd rather save this for another character, one that's going to be a little bit more well equipped to get out of a hairy situation. I just feel like our gear is too broken. We don't have any talents. It's just not going to work out too well. Alright, so we are heading south here. We are heading to the Master's Glaive. That is this little pond on the map here, across the road to the south. We did get a little preview of that place from afar. That was with the old god-looking statue with the... I think it was like a big sword in its head or something. And yeah, that was when we were taking on the reef crawlers and whatnot. Should be there shortly. We'll see how this quest goes. Alright, we are here. Let's get to work. Assuming we just have to reach a certain spot within the area. So we're just gonna try to slowly take out as many as we can. Get as close as we can to this thing. It would be nice if we could investigate further. I wonder if this is a building. I wonder if you could like go inside. It would be really cool. Oh yeah, we already completed it, looks like. So we didn't have to get too close. I suppose we should talk to Onu first before we proceed to the middle here, because we might have to do something there. Alright, let's create that scrying bowl. I guess we're talking to Onu. The Twilight's hammer is at the Master's glaive. Unfortunate. The old lord impaled by the glaive is long dead, but that does not mean slivers of his power do not still remain. The Twilight's hammer must be seeking this power. The Twilight's hammer's purpose at the Master's glaive is not known, but it must be dark. Search through their camp at the glaive. Search for something that may teach us their intentions. For we must learn their intentions before a plan is made. Alright, we are looking for clues, and it looks like we're starting to pick up some wool cloth again as well. Let's see, I do see a completion marker here, so... Okay, this doesn't look like a building, so that's good to know. I'm interacting with something over here. Not sure what it is yet. Yeah, looks like that Twilight tome sitting on that pedestal. Hoping that we don't have to do too much reading while we're here. I'd like to get out of this area sooner rather than later. This book is hand printed in an ancient language and illustrated by a master artist. Peering into the Twilight tome is maddening. Text begins to swim and dance after only a moment's glance, and once beautiful scrollwork twists into grotesque shapes. Tearing away one page of insane scribbles is all that is possible before a swoon overtakes you. Okay, bring Onu the recovered insane scribbles. Alright. Sounds good to me. Let's get out of here. Let's get back on the main road and we'll take a look at these scribbles. Nope, can't read it, it looks like. Which I suppose makes sense. Interesting, there's a cave over here. It's looking like a Furlbog camp. I haven't seen this camp before either. I wonder if that's like an entire hold in there. These are the Blackwood tribe. Interesting. I feel like that's definitely the biggest encampment I've seen of Furlbogs in this zone at least. We're approaching the Grove of the Ancients once again. Hello, Onu. Oh, we've got another quest from him as well. Sedelian, you return. Chaotic primal magic surrounds this parchment of scribbles. I sense the work of the old ones in it. Let us hope it reveals the purpose of the Twilight's Hammer in Darkshore. Let's see what he's doing. Ooh, here we go, Mephistra relics. The parchment you found at the Master's Glaive is a page from an ancient text written by elves. It is heavily cursed and tainted by the corruption of the Twilight's Hammer, but it seems the cult is using ancient elven magic to bring their old masters back to our world. Travel to the ruins of Mephistra to the northeast and search for their ancient relics among the grass and broken stones. Through their study, we may divine how the Twilight's Hammer intends to exploit the magic of the elves. And here we go, we're going to the ruins. Now, do we save this one? I feel like we could. Those Naga were hitting us quite hard. We are very close to 22. Very, very close to level 22. So it could be possible. I think we're going to skip out on it though. And not entirely. I think we're going to come back to it because I would like to explore those ruins for sure. But we'll come back in a couple of levels, make sure that we're more well prepared, and this way, we don't have to say goodbye to Darkshore completely in today's episode. So I think that works out. What we're going to do now is head to Maestra's Post and Astronar. And you know what? We'll just make today's episode slightly longer. We'll just take care of this now. We did pick up the flight path to Astronar to make it a little bit easier, but since we need to stop at Maestra's Post anyway, let's just go for that run. And it'll be a nice relaxing finish, at least to this part of Darkshore. Like I said, I really enjoyed the zone overall. I'm glad I decided to kind of take it on in back-to-back episodes. And once we turn these breadcrumbs in, I think we'll hold off on the exploration of Astronar just for a bit while we head back to human lands and try to wrap up Westfall. You know, while we have the chance, why don't we go ahead and explore this little building here? I think we passed over this the last time we passed through here. I don't know the next time when we're actually going to really be in this spot. There's not too much of a reason to head up here. I mean, I guess there's the undead, yeah, the Forsaken camp right across the road there, so maybe there is. I've got an archaeologist here, Ilunador Traveler. I am Cyrodiil. My partner Relithor and I are working to unearth the lost artifacts of our people. Much is remembered by the older Kaldori, but there is no telling what tales have been forgotten. Without our intervention, they will vanish from this world forever. I've seen a lot of archaeologists so far, to be honest. But they don't seem to have too much for us whenever we speak to them. And then here's Relithor. My partner and I are archaeologists hoping to uncover the forgotten history of the Kaldori. It's hard work, but I feel an obligation to preserve the stories of those who came before me.
May the stars guide you.
Got some books on the ground, but nothing that is interactable. And yeah, overall nothing going on here too much. Maybe some quests are to be had at a later date. For now, we'll bid farewell to the archaeologists, and we'll head straight to Maestra's post. We're coming up on Maestra's post now. I do believe I've already explored inside this building in the past and never found anything interesting. Again, some books on the table, but nothing interactable. So we'll just go ahead and complete the quest here. We have another one to pick up as well, looks like. So we can grab that too. Let's grab the new quest first from Orendil Broadleaf.
Peace be with you.
Yeah, I think this is the quest to the north with the Forsaken camp. I suppose we should try to pick it up just in case we forget about it. It is pretty easy to miss, I feel like. Especially since this is one of the first quests that Alliance take on in Ashenvale.
I am on.
By the time we're ready for Ashenvale, this quest might turn gray, so let's just pick it up. So Bathrin's Hair. There's a plant that once grew in the old ruins of Bathrin's Haunt to the north. The plant was called Bathrin's Hair and was known to cure ailments of the spirit. There is a sick child in the village, and I believe it is more than just a physical illness. Will you go to Bathrin's Haunt and search for the Bathrin's Hair? I may need it to properly treat the child. Bathrin's Haunt lies north of Maestra's Post and just south of the border to Darkshore. Yeah, that one I'm pretty familiar with, and we could take that on now if we wanted to, but I think we'll hold off.
Greetings.
And here we've got Delgrin the Purifier for the Tower of Althalax follow-up.
Go with honor, friend.
If you don't mind me saying, you seem a bit well equipped for a messenger. I suppose Balthul wanted to be certain that this letter reached my hands. Let's see what he has to say. This is disturbing news. When undead or demonic forces are found, I help the sentinels destroy them. At first, I was unaccustomed to the manners of the Night Elves, but I have grown to respect them greatly as allies.
Light bless you.
Balthul's letter is dire. The cult of the Dark Strand is a thorn in my side that must be removed. I have been dealing with some of the Dark Strand scum northeast of here, at Ordor Aran. One of their number possesses a soul gem that I believe holds the secret to the cult's power. Bring it to me and I will be able to decipher the secrets held within. Alright. Collect a glowing gem.
For the Alliance.
I believe that's the same area as where we can get the Bathrin's hair. I'm pretty sure. So again, we'll handle that quest at a later date. It is still considered a Dark Shore quest, which is interesting, despite it being fully picked up and completed here in Ashenvale. So one more thing to do. Let's turn in the trek to Ashenvale with Rain Wolfrunner over in Astronar. And yeah, we're so close to 22. It's a shame that we couldn't reach 22 before we head back to Westfall, because we did have the ability to pick up a new ability. And it was just one new ability. We only needed to spend about 40 silver to pick it up. Which means we're going to have some leftover gold, but I believe our 24 abilities are going to be a lot more expensive, because I think there's going to be a lot more of them. But we'll have to see once we head back to probably Stormwind to pick that up. And we should be arriving in Astronar shortly. For those of you who have made it this far, I really appreciate you sticking around. A little bit longer one today, but felt that it made sense to wrap up the breadcrumbs that we got for Ashenvale while we were in the area. It didn't really make sense to go to Maestra's Post at any other time. We have reached town. It looks like our quest giver is just across the bridge here. You are here to offer your services to the Alliance, Sedelian. We welcome the aid, for although its beauty remains, Ashenvale Forest is not the peaceful place it once was.
Del Nadris. Hello.
Alright, that's the breadcrumb.
Goddess watch
She's
over
got the
you.
quest for the Zoram Strand, which is fine. We'll definitely take that on as one of the first quests we do in Ashenvale once we're ready. But we're going to try to take on as much as we can in Westfall and in Red Ridge first. So that's going to do it for me for today. As always, I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.